Mm, okay. Hello and good evening, everyone. Today, me and my team members gonna present about cloud-based student register system using AWS. This is our table of contents. This is the topic we're gonna cover today. So, for our introduction, cloud cloud computing has become an essential technology for hosting modern web application due to scalability, reliability, and cost efficiency. uh, for the main objective of the project are to design deploy web student register system using AWS, implement AWS compute service using EC2 and S3. It means storage, and to configure AWS networking using VPC, subnets, root tables, and security groups. And lastly, eh, to implement AWS database service using RDS, MySQL. And finally, to provide a step-by-step guide for system replication. Next. For next slide, system architecture. These are the following components, which is the user accesses the website through the public IP address of an EC2 instance to host the web application. And the application connects to Amazon RDS to store and retrieve data. For fly uploads, the application satisfies to Amazon S3. And lastly, all services are deployed inside a VPC for security. Next.
This one is for security configuration.
Eh, next. Next. Mm, it's fine.
Huh?
My team member gonna present this slide. Next. And this one. Eh, mm, before. Ah. Mm. This one for AWS service usage for every part of this project. Next slide. Mm. So that's all for me. I'm gonna pass to my team member for next presentation.
Hi, so for the networking and VPC setup, slide before. Okay, so before creating any server or database, we first set up the network. So we created a VPS. We created a VPS with a CIRT block 10, this one, 10.00016. And this provided
That's all.
Okay, so this VPC provides an isolated network environment for our AWS resources. So for the public subnet and the Ethernet gateway, so inside the VPC, we created a public subnet with this CRD block at 10.0.10.24. So this subnet is used to host the EC2 instance. We also created an internet gateway and attached it to the VPC that we created. So then we updated the route table to allow internet access using the 0.000. Can you go to the next slide? This one, yes, the security group. So for the security group, we configured a security group to control network traffic. So first we allowed the port 2022 for SSH access. We allow also port 80 for HTTP web access, and then the port 3306 for MySQL database access. So this to ensure secure communication between the EC2 RDS and the users. So in here you can see the security group with the imported roles in the picture. Next. Okay, so for the Amazon EC2 instance creation, so we had, for computer service, we used the Amazon EC2. We launched an EC2 instance using the Amazon Linux and T3 micro, and we used the Amazon Linux. So the instance was launched inside the public subnet and attached to the security group we created earlier, the student security group. Okay, in here you can see that the instance launched successfully and it's running. Okay, we go to the next slide. So the web server set up on the EC2. After launching the EC2 instance, we connected it using the SSH. So we installed Apache Web Server, PHP, and the PHP MySQL extensions. Then we started and enabled the Apache servers. So when we accessed the public IP, as you can see in here in the picture, we address in the browser, the web server worked successfully. And you can see that it's can show the web server page, the Apache test page. It works. Okay, can we go to the next slide? Okay, so for the web application files, we created several PHP files inside the EC2 server. The index.php file, test the web server, and the test db for the database, test database.php file. It checks the connection between the EC2 and the database. And upload.php file allows users to upload files to the Amazon S3. So in here, the first picture is, it shows the index.php file, student registration system, and then the test.php file, which shows the test students. And then at the end, the upload.php file all worked and successfully can be opened from the web server. Okay, so now I will give to my friend Myra to present her part. Thank you.
For the database, we use Amazon RDS with MySQL. The RDS instance was created inside the same VPC. It is not publicly accessible for security reasons. Only the EC2 instance is allowed to connect to the database using port 3306. To test the database connection, we use the testdb PHP file.
So So for so for next part, which is storage, we use it and create an Amazon S3 bucket for to store and retrieve any amount of data at any time from anywhere. Next, for this project, we have created a new bucket in S3, which is named as Student Register Access Darshini 1. So it's successfully created in the Amazon S3 bucket. Next. For next part, we have configure IAM, which is attached to EC2 instead with permission of Amazon S3 full access. This allows secure access to S3 without hardware coding credits. And then we created a file names to which is student register web B, which is contain a picture successfully uploaded in bucket S3. Next. For to give full permission, I added a code in bucket policy to give full permission to access the URL link, and it successfully edited. So when I copy the URL link, I successfully access the website, which is show the picture of I uploaded in bucket. Next. For next part, I added index HTML in S3 to to see whether it's accessed or not. And when I fully done the policy and permission part, I copy the URL uh, object in the object and it successfully access it in the browser, which is to the register system. Welcome to our AWS hosted project. Next. I thank you from me. I pass to my team member for next part.
Okay, so for the integration testing, and here we were testing the EC2 and the RDS connection, and the EC2 and S3 connection. So for the EC2 and the RDS, we tested database connectivity. So in here we have added a table and student database, and then also we had added information for the student database table, and the connectivity was working from the EC2, from the terminal using uh, from the EC2. We have added the database to the RDS, and it was successfully added. For the EC2 and the S3, we have uploaded a file, which is the upload.php file, and also it was we can able to see the file on the web browser successfully from the EC2. So this confirmed that all the AWS services are properly connected and functioning. Okay, next. This is the table for the students that we have created in the EC2 for the RDS. And here we have added some information for like one of the student to test. This is one test student email created. So it was created successfully. That means that we can access the RDS from the EC2 successfully. Next. Okay, so I will pass this to my friend. She will be explaining.
For GitHub repository, all project files, screenshot, and the final report were uploaded to GitHub. This allows easy sharing, version control, and project documentation. The GitHub link is provided in our report. Finally is conclusion. In conclusion, this project helped us understand how code services work together. We learned how to deploy a secure web application using AWS. We also gained hands-on experience with EC2, RDS, S3, VPC, and IAM. Overall, this project improved our technical skills and teamwork. Thank you for listening.